The perfect shot doesn't just wait for you. It happens in a window. The light, the moment, the angle, and either you're there for it or you're not. As a photographer, half of the job is the eye. The other half, nobody talks about, and that's getting yourself into position before that window closes. And in a city, that's the hard part. The shot's 3 blocks away, parking is nowhere, and by the time you circle the block, the moment is gone. So I stopped fighting the city and started moving with it. Using my Aipas e-bike, I'm able to get past traffic, through the streets, and right up to the spot while the light is still good. This right here is my brand new Aipas F3 e-bike. Now, my previous Aipas bike was an M2 Pro, and that one is a beast. I've used it to film triathlons, marathons, and a bunch of other events that I film. But the only issue with that one was that it was too big to fit into my car without breaking it down and having to put it back together. And that was just taking a long time. So when Aipas reached out to me again for a collaboration, I knew which bike I wanted this time, which was a foldable e-bike. Now, as somebody who started the career in photography, doing street photography, it's really important to get from one end of downtown Austin to another, and having an e-bike that easily compacts so you're able to get it in and out of your car, and then you're able to hit the streets, capture your sunrises or anything that you need to do is seriously important, which is why I'm so stoked to have this bike. Now, one of the things I noticed right off the bat was how smooth this ride is. From the moment I got on it, just hitting the streets was so simple. The rides were so smooth that I felt like I had the tires from the other e-bike, which are much larger, but these tires are all-terrain. They get around so easy. I was hopping on grass, hopping on the curves, moving around, and it had no issue. So we're currently in downtown Austin. I'm doing a little photo shoot for some coffee bags with Spokesman. So the concept is pretty much getting some shots of the bag in downtown Austin, but then using things like the bike rack over here as way to add layers to the photo as well. And then even including the bike in some shots. But the rain just started, so I'm waiting for the rain to die down so we can go back to taking photos of the bags with this setup. So right now, the whole point is getting layers and just making these look really pretty and using what we have around us in downtown. So like I said, we're gonna be using the bike racks. I love how these little twinkly lights are adding some backlights to the bag. Now that the leaves soaked away, like things are gonna kind of glisten in the shot a little bit more. So not super disappointed that it's a rainy day because hey, sometimes, especially as artists and creatives, like this is the stuff that we would naturally find appealing or beautiful when we're walking around. And so we want to take these elements and then use them in the shot. So what I'm going to be using right now is the 85 millimeter. One of the reasons I like this is because it allows me to play with the compression and, you know, just kind of line up my bokeh and all that. So I'll probably go from the 85 to the 50. I did bring the 24 and the 135, so we'll see which one of those I use. But again, it's starting to drizzle again, so let's get this going because I don't want to be soaking wet. I think I just had a great idea, which is using the bike also as a means of capturing the bags in the background, primarily because, again, Spokesman is a heavily into the biking community and all that, the cycling community, that kind of stuff. It's a dope coffee shop. And so adding the element of the bike as a background, giving it that extra little detail, I think is going to look really good. So let's try that. You know, the one thing I like about photography is how you can go in with one idea, and then as you let, you know, the piece or the art speak for itself, then it allows you to know where to go. So like with the Spokesman idea, I just thought, hey, come downtown, get some really great graffiti art and some really cool like murals in the background, because that's the other thing about Spokesman. They're really heavy on just kind of like the hip hop culture, graffiti, DJ, and all that kind of stuff. So I thought to myself, hey, you know, get those kind of elements. But as I started leaning into like, they're also a biking community, you know, influenced in that and all that. It brought that out like, hey, use your bike, put a little bit more on it. I think the shots are coming out great. I'm going from the 85, switching over to the 50 now. And then we may go over to a couple of murals. So the great thing about Austin is that we have graffiti, murals, so much great artwork everywhere. So it's making this a little bit easier than I thought. Just trying to find the right artwork that fits the right bags. It's kind of been the only difficult thing. But I found this great little railing right here with this kind of artwork in the background. And it, with the compression that I'm getting from the 135 has been beautiful. So I've been using that one. And I got a couple shots on the, I think the 50 or the 85 as well. So now it's time to get heading out. It's already 8 o'clock. I was going to get some drone shots of the sunrise. We'll see if the sun comes out anytime soon. All right, this is the first time we're breaking it down all the way. So let's see how easy it is.
Break down. Let it go. Shine.
No way. It literally just fits like that. Wow. I gotta get better at doing it, but first try, that wasn't too bad.
And that's it. Bags packed, shots in the can, and this is the part that I love. The work's done, the city is still moving, and I've got an easy ride home throughout all of it. Having a bike like the F3 means that I can take my time with every shot, really sit in the moment instead of rushing from one place to the next. When I know that I can get across town in minutes, the pressure is off. And that's when creativity actually flourishes. So until next time, see you later, Austin.